Okay, right. I just said to Axion that I'd do a post in reply to his comment, but it's just as easy for me to do a video, so I will. Axion says quite rightly that he's spotted mannerisms that, let's say, just looking at the lots of people, you could spot just without even the audio on, the mannerisms of the Eastern type people, or the mannerisms of the English school. You could spot them. Obviously, when they open their mouths, you turn the audio on, you can certainly see the same ideas recurring, which is what we would expect. Now, that's Nick saying that's the end of that. Start again. In what might be called debunking Christianity, there was a thing where does it come in? I think it's the Christians that think the world is only 6,000 years old, whatever they mean by the world. The Earth is only 6,000 years old. So you get your Darwin type people that shout at them, "What about the dinosaur bones?" And some of them say those dinosaurs died 4,000 years ago. They tried that angle. Another angle which I have heard, which is the delightful angle, and the one I'm going to kind of play on here, is that God put the dinosaurs in bones in the earth in the beginning. So now 6,000 years later, we're digging up interesting things that God put there 6,000 years ago. Right. Now, do we have a word for that sort of thing? I can't think of a single word. Anyway, so that's a concept, an idea that I'm going to kind of reopen in in my reply to Axion. There is a question, and it's really quite distinct, I touched on it yesterday, of a difference between the English school and the Eastern school. The Eastern school believes in time, and the English school does not, in very shorthand. What we have here is, now I don't want it to so much become a puzzle, but I'm just putting it out as, here you go, that we'll forget the Eastern people now, because I'm going to always concentrate, until I don't, on the English school. It is undeniable that they're using the same words and mannerisms. As Axiom points out, Tony Parsons being the big daddy of it all, the children are using Parsons' mannerisms and words, descriptions, concepts, whole chunks of it. But in the English school, there is no time for them to have picked up the Parsons' mannerisms. So if you see what I'm meaning, what we have here is the equivalent of, I've got to describe it only way I can, it's not very mystic, but it's mystic. We hear a presentation of one of the young English school with obvious reverberations of Daddy Parsons saying the same thing. Kind of what we have to discuss, we have to puzzle out is whether time has gone by, they have picked up the Parsons' mannerisms and are just replaying them, which is exactly as we would expect from a normal world. Or, and this is why it's very odd, what I can believe is, that's the better way of saying it, I can believe is what the English school is saying is correct. And the mannerisms that we are seeing in them have not been picked up in time from Parsons in times before. They are not a more modern version of the old Parsons. Now, I think I'll leave that there as, I'll leave it there as a puzzle, because it is a puzzle that hopefully will cull more people into thinking that this is just too strange to be worn at all and will go away. Because we're left with puzzles that we really don't, that we're going to have to puzzle out. That the Parsons children talk like Daddy Parsons, but never learnt from Daddy Parsons. The speaking of the English school children is a brand new thing given by, let's say, God, because I think we're all cleared enough of God not to be too bothered by this. And it links back to my old dinosaurs thing. God is now presenting de novo, as is often said about the creation of money, from brand new, from nothing, there is a new creation. The idea would go, there is a new creation that has an echo of a past, but it only has an echo of a past because the echo of the past is the new presentation, it's the new happening. Now, one happening did not happen before the other happening. It's the same as when I said before that I go 1, 2, 3. The 2 isn't happening after the 1, and the 3 isn't happening after the 2. We have to somehow 8 minutes. Not accept. I'll go with accept. We have to accept that time does not exist. So it isn't going 1, 2, 3. But we don't have words for what is happening in time, because all our words are in time words. So we have the puzzle that Parsons' children talk like Parsons, but Parsons did not happen before Parsons' children. Parsons' children are, if that's what you're watching, are happening now. There is no now, because there is no, now is an expression of time, and there is no time. But now is what we say. When I say we say, that's what's happening now. If you're seeing a Parsons child, that's what's happening now. If you're having a memory of Tony Parsons, that's what's happening now. If you're having a... See, we're back to the problem that somebody pointed out, that it's as though I'm just expressing that everything is being seen in the now, and that's not what, exactly the same about 4 or 5 videos ago where I ran into trouble. But obviously this is, I'll leave this video here. We are struggling with hitting which level to speak at. We are programmed to think and to express and to see and to experience in time. what the English school is saying is that is because we have been taught to be a positional thing in time. But the English school says that this is not right, and there is no point of view. So without a point of view, you can't be positioned in space or time. Bloody hell. God save us.